I don't want to stop, but I can't stop, won't stop.
What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's Warp Charge Gaming, and it is George, James, and Chris, and we're all chilling here like we do each Thursday. I'm going to be looking sideways because we're in the middle of an APOC game. You can see Chris in his car right now in the parking lots of Battlegrounds. I'm in front of the green screen with our low-grade camera that we usually use for the dice because I've just threw everything together real quick so we can jump right back into the game. James, how are you, my friend? I know how Chris and I are delirious and playing a lot of APOC right now.
I'm all right. It's been a hectic week. Having losses in the family. Got to go to Detroit for the weekend, so I don't get to play fun, cool games with my little toy miniatures.
Yeah, well, they'll come back for you, man.
Oh, definitely, because next week I'm coming to you, bro.
Yeah, man. You know, Tumby. Yeah, James is coming along with Kevin, and then we got Tumby coming in Saturday, which this weekend we got the very first tournament of season 2. We're running 3 consecutive leagues at the same time for Kill Team 40K and Age of Sigmar, and so 18 tournaments over the next 6 months. And July 13th this weekend, Tumby flies in, and we have our first Kill Team to launch off season 2. So that's really exciting. And James, with your help, one thing that's been really cool is that we had I had a lot of failed prints with some trophies. Let me show you guys this. Wham! You can see these, we've been trying to do these chainsword trophies that we got some files and James remixed them together to make a trophy with this chainsword. And you can see the 5 that went wrong. Potentially the designer either did not print these and just put out the design, and this is because they all kept breaking in the same place. But finally, using some ports allowed me to get that one on the left there all completed. So excited to get those all painted up gold to be along with the many prizes. James produced us a awesome flyer that shows all the prize support. Not only does every participant get custom objective markers for the event, but we also have about $3,000 in prize support and store credit we're going to be giving out. And you can see the different ways that people are going to be winning there. So that's super exciting. I'm kind of hoping that maybe the 8-week mark is up and we're going to get our new dice in just in time. It'd be awesome to have some dice for some winners. That'd be really cool. And maybe for some other just cool people that we meet along the way. Yeah, so that's the big news. Like James said, he's coming down. We've never had James here at Battlegrounds, the kind of our home base for Warp Charge, where we do our content, where Chris and I are filming Apocalypse right now. That's gonna be. I can't wait for you to see the store, man. Can't wait for you to hang in Richmond.
Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah, you got a good drive ahead of you. But hey, Chris and I have made that drive 4 times now on the back and forth.
Dude, I've made it once.
Yeah,
back and forth.
You drove that time around.
Yeah, when I came there the first time I met you, George.
Chris, we have to agree that James should not take the Ohio Turnpike, right?
Yeah, there's no Taco Bell. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's just sorry if you're from Ohio.
Dude, I was thinking about taking neighborhood roads all the way there.
Good.
Like I just wanted to just meet with the culture along the way.
Okay, well, as long as you avoid Ohio's culture, you'll probably be all right.
Wow, anyone from Ohio's hating right now.
I don't know. The devil lives there.
Well, dude, LeBron James left, bro. He's in LA now.
It's pretty much just the turnpike. We got Shadiza, we got Big Cleat. Are you guys participating in the Kill Team this weekend? Yes, this Saturday we will be streaming 3 games in a row like we usually do on our tournament days, and you get to see some Kill Team action. We're going to be playing the Nova Open format, and that's all the tournaments we're doing between here and Nova, including the Major, which if you guys, I got a thumbnail here, might as well show it. The Battle in the Warp. This puppy's been sold out for weeks now, and it's super proud about it. It's a legendary moment for us. Milestone.
The wait list is stacking up on that one.
Yep. We've already filled 2 wait listers, so definitely don't be afraid to jump in there, and we will keep track of that. I'm just really proud, guys. We've done nearly 50 events over the last 2 years, not even 2 years, and it's all led up to this culminating moment. So a 64-person 2-day event sold out. partnered up with Coastal Wargaming out of the Virginia Beach, Norfolk area. And I think that's been a big trend to Warp Charge, and what we've done over the last year and a half or so is collaboration. Working with other people, working with each other. I mean, hell, James doesn't even live anywhere near us, as we've been talking about. Chris and I have been my 40K bro for a hot second now. Wouldn't be as far as I am into the hobby without Chris. So yeah, just really excited about that, man. It's gonna be awesome.
I don't know about that, George. I think if someone else had bit you with the bug, you would have probably done the same exact shit.
Yeah, but no one else did though. So you're that person. And I thank you for that, sir.
You're the one to blame when his wife is mad that he's not with her all the time.
Shit. Well, we don't tell her that.
I'm just playing.
we don't want her hating on Chris, so we don't blame him. We just I take all the obsession is all mine. But yeah, speaking of obsessed, what do you got there, James? Oh yeah, I got a picture of that, man. Your work in progress in your race seer there, yeah.
Dude, it's Ali's, man. I'm just trying to do
beautiful.
a little here and there, so it's can come with me for the 20th of the tournament. Dude, I've had these things for quite a long time, and I finally put some work into it.
I'm feeling like I think Ali wants that literally for his collection. I don't think he's really going to be running it competitively.
He's running a Supreme Command of Yanari.
Oh, really?
He's got this guy, the cat lady, and a dude on a bike.
I bet you it's some tech he heard on one of his techie podcasts that he loves so much.
I'm sure it's teched up.
It's the psychic race steer thing, right?
Yeah. Forge World Psychic.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what the combo was, but there is something with the cat lady in that thing.
Okay. All right.
It just being good, like all around, like I don't know if it's just like an all around good psychic bastion or whatever, but like it was something effective. I remember reading about that or hearing about it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he sent me 2 of them that he wants me to custom up, like this one with dreadlocks and crazy cool dynamic poses. But he only needs 1 of them for the tournament.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, it's literally for his list. Yeah. Speaking of which, we're about to have a big bunch of submissions.
Yeah.
And I'll need your guys' help to go through those lists to make sure that they're meet the mark of approval.
I will look at the Chaos ones because everything else I don't know. Actually, I can look at Necrons too.
I don't speak Imperium. Yeah, I don't speak Imperium. Particularly Guard. Yeah.
Imperium, Orcs,
yep.
POW.
People show me Imperium lists, and I'm always like, okay. I basically, my question to an Imperium player: does it shoot? Does it fight? All right, cool. How many wounds does it have? Here I come.
Insider info scoop at the Warp Charge Gaming Coastal Wargaming collab. We don't know Imperial lists, so just go ahead and cheat.
Yeah.
Cheat away.
Oh man,
we know plenty of people that play Imperium though.
Dude, I need to get a foghorn. I want a foghorn, I want some flags, and I want a whistle. And
you need a light up vest.
We'll see how many people cheat when they get a foghorn in the face and a red card thrown down hard.
You definitely need a light up vest so you're easy to find.
Right. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yellow card like candy.
That'll be cool. I'll ask for that in the next Battlegrounds meeting. Light up vest. Light up vest.
It's just so you're easy to find as a TO, man.
Yeah. But I could be wearing our own apparel now. James, he's trying to pack one of every shirt. The man's been going crazy. We've shown a few of these shirts. We got the Blood for the Blood God and the Nurgle shirt. Super sweet. Of course, these are just, put 2 and 2 together. You might relate that to 40K. Obviously, it has nothing to do with Games Workshop or their IP. And then we got the Necron D Robot shirt. And we got the Bug shirt. And then we got these, this is the latest designs. We got the Disney Lucky shirt and For the Greater Good, Obama Believe style. And we got the Get Vect and Don't Be Salty. Gotta love it. This was a cool, anybody that orders any of our shirts are made to order on warpchargegaming.com from Print something. What's the name of it? Printful. They're pretty tight company. They're nice and lickety split with getting stuff out. You can see somebody got their Get Vex shirt and posted online. We'd love to hear from you and see you rocking your Warp Charge apparel that James designed. It's super cool. We're real proud to have it.
Dude, I'm really excited about the Don't Be Salty shirt and the Dark Side of the Moon shirt that I just ordered for myself.
I missed the Dark Side of the Moon one. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't show that one. We had Andrew hollering out. He's excited for the major coming up. Thanks for the support out there, brother. See you hollering out and giving the good vibes towards Warp Charge. Man, I'm kind of beat. Like I've literally been sleeping Apocalypse while trying to get the hang of this game. And James just put together this sweet thumbnail. He said he was inspired by our live Twitch we've been having for the last 4 hours as we've been learning the game, Chris and I.
It's crazy that it's been 4 hours, man.
Yeah,
like
it's nuts.
I know you spent a long time looking to see if you could just pile in or not pile in.
Right.
And then you realized it was a move decision.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. Like, you're going through the book, man. So it takes time. Like, those are like 10, 15-minute increments that have happened more than once so far.
Yep. Those are the moments I'm going to try to speed through on the cutback, because otherwise, man, it is fast paced. Like Chris and I are constantly like, I'm like, all right, and what's next? Because now it's my turn. And, you know, like
damage phase like it's nothing. Like I have, like, I feel like the first turn the damage was kind of clunky in my head to process, and now I'm like, all right, I'm ready for it.
Right.
What was really crazy to watch, since I was on the outside, not even there touching any cool models or anything. But when you were doing like the Helldrake and it only has 2 wounds, like it blew my mind. But then you're rolling a wound and you're rolling the wound off D12s, and I'm like, I've only played D6 systems, so it was just blowing my mind.
Yeah, it's a trip. Yeah, and I ordered those custom orange dice for the stream there. I totally dig it. It's fun to get to roll them. No, it's wild, man. Yeah, you have to think in a whole different way. Like Chris and I were talking right before the show about like a Demon Prince or like a Patriarch, or even like Celeste. Celeste puts out like 16 some attacks, or just a ridiculous amount of attacks in 40k. Keeper Secrets, and they're doing like 4 attacks. But a Broodlord Patriarch, whatever, was 1 attack. Demon Prince, 1 attack. It's like nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does a Lord Discordant put out?
I don't have it near me to double check, but I bet you that it's surprisingly underwhelming.
It's going to be like maybe 3.
Yeah, like big guys are not like super impressive. If something doesn't have, it's mainly because like the wounds too, like you have to kind of do 2 wounds in order to feel like you did 1 good one. Because like you have 2 types of wounds, like a small and a big, and a small turns into a big when you get the second wound. And the bigger wounds, they can only save on D6s, while the smaller wounds they can save on a D12. But like a demon has like a 7-up save, so the moment they take 2 wounds, or like the gaunts, they have like a 10-up save. It can only save on D12. So like once you achieve a certain amount of damage on things, they just that's how they show the no saves at all. I don't know. There's an interesting learning curve where there's more to it than you kind of feel like at first. With particularly what's good and what's bad. Like they didn't just make it, I'm gonna auto plug and play the units I play in 40k and APOC. They made it so things that you usually don't play in 40k are kind of surprisingly good in APOC, I think.
Yeah, they just want to sell more models, George. That's all they want to do.
Chris got Biovores or something. Chris has not ran in a year plus over that. Since 8th edition, you've not ran Biovores.
I ran them early 8th when I thought the rules read in very
when you
different
cheated
way.
me. Yeah, that's on camera in the index days.
Yeah, exactly. And
dude, Biovores are good even if you don't cheat. You just have to play with them right.
Yeah, I mean, they're still good, but like in APOC, they're like really, really, really good.
Because like what I love about Biovores, if I was a mid player, is how you can screen out, man. Like you can screen out nasty by just planting mines, by missing.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can literally move with your heavy weapon intentionally, just aiming to miss.
Yeah. Just having that in your arsenal, just to like basically summon screens without having to like pay points for them, just because it's all you want is a screen. Oh, it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. No, it's
just crazy because like in APOC, for example, like wounding, even with like some close combat-y, like heavy weapons, like you're wounding against tanks on like 7s.
Yeah.
On a D12. So a little bit better than half the time. Biovores are just champions. They just wound everything on 5s for some reason.
Right. Well, that's the other really weird thing about the counterintuitiveness that you don't expect is the like a weapon that crushes a vehicle. Like it may be like a 4+ to wound a tank, but it'll be like a 9 or a 10 to wound a light infantry guy. It's like weapons that are really good at doing one thing are often like opposite good to do, like not good at all at doing the other. So like you usually like you get your 2+ to wound, or like let's say you're a strength 8 and you're like a 2 or 3 to wound most things. And APOC against an infantry guy that would guarantee a 2+ to wound in 40K might be like a 5 conceptually on a D6, which is just totally counterintuitive, not what you expect.
Wow.
So far, the infantry, like big hordes of infantry and fast attack squads, like my blood crushers, things that you take like, that you can take like multiple tiers of like 10, 20, 30 of them, and you start taking those big squads, they put out the most attacks I've seen. And when you give a bunch of the buff modifiers that exist, then they can sometimes be more deadly than even big giant guys. So kind of surprising, very, very interesting. Hell, we've seen your warriors drop a bunch of pain. I mean, granted, you rolled really well, but he put like tons of wounds into a Warhound Titan with a bunch of warriors.
Also, like screening in APOC, James, is way different because of the way that like things move. Like you can take a unit of gaunts and pile into something, and just because you've piled into a unit doesn't mean that they automatically swing at you. Like they have to pick their action to swing at you. So like literally.
Yeah, I was picking up on that, and like honestly, it seemed cool watching you guys play, and I understand why it's taking so long because you're basically learning the game. Like this is the first time you played, Chris.
Yeah, certainly.
So I get the length of the game now and how it can be faster, but someone who only played APOC maybe once a year, twice a year, if that,
they're gonna struggle with it.
Oh, it's hard.
Dude, it's going to be something that I don't think I'll ever play, just because I'm too intimidated to learn a new game. So for me, if I play APOC, it's still going to be old 7th edition style, just with 8th edition rules.
I mean,
that's easy to do.
I think what would be really entertaining, Chris, and James, is that like playing a smaller game. Like we're playing a huge game, it takes a lot of manage. The hardest thing is referencing all those data cards and managing them all, so that you can quickly reference what you need to reference. Because that's what I was telling most people, is that learning the game, the game system's really easy to digest. It's nice not to like Blackstone Fortress. When I had to learn that game, you were constantly questioning if you're doing the rules right, and you have to constantly check the rules, be like, is this right? What do we do next? And it's a real, very, very clunky. You can learn and digest these rules in 20 minutes and easily be picking up and going and playing. All the referencing just takes looking at the data sheets themselves, which you can easily scale back on and grow into it.
Well, we're twice the minimum game size at this point.
Yeah, I was looking to play like 350 power level, and Chris dropped in like with 700. He dropped in with 800. I brought him down to 7 of 10.
Yeah, no, seeing you guys do this, I was like, you guys put on some pretty epic games in the past, and they take all day.
Right.
So the fact that like you're at the point at 4 hours of like, okay, we got the hang of this. This is going to finish soon.
Yeah.
It's still pretty impressive as far as how long it was compared to the old system.
No, we've done similar matches like this that take 12 to 15 hours. And we were talking that if we were as comfortable as we are now at this point into the game, we could have easily shaved off at least an hour.
Certainly.
We'd be. I bet you we can get 2 turns done, and the first 2 turns are obviously going to be the most heavy-handed. So I could allocate like 3 hours to the first 2 turns of 15,000 points on 15,000 points ish. But I think after this, we're going to quickly see ourselves getting done and much quicker. I wonder, Chris thinks he has a lot of special cards, asset cards he's about to drop on me. He keeps alluding to some trickery that's about to go down.
There's shenanigans.
I'm trying. The thing that's really fun, the missions are, you're playing this. One, it's extremely thematic. The swirl of the table is awesome. I love the back and forth, highly interactive. It looks badass. The endless screen thing that Chris is describing is the fact that since they don't just get wiped out whenever they get hit, or they don't even get counter offensive against them, then they get to screen that entire turn. They're not getting shot off. They're not getting killed out of the way. They're just in the way until they're gone. And so
essentially for people watching, I've taken a unit of Hormagaunts and forced almost a detachment, if not more, to basically just overkill this one unit of Hormagaunts for a whole turn.
Yeah, it's wild. We got Bobby.
Yeah, no, I was watching it. It's actually entertaining to watch more than other games because there is so much happening, and you're not like having to do a whole lot of actions to make these things happen.
Yeah, certainly
because
not.
The lack of wounds, the fact that it's on like a bigger die system, So it's like you're either making your teams or just destroying shit.
Yeah.
Like, I dig the game system. I just think it's very intimidating for someone who doesn't have the time for an extra game system.
It's true.
It's not as easy as like old APOC where it's the same game. I'm just playing larger scale.
Also, James, you saying that, to be fair, old APOC for me and George, we were kind of just playing the edition with the rules at higher points levels.
Yeah.
We never so much really did the like crazy weather actions. We never really did.
Oh, I've never done those
command
either.
assets.
Yeah, I've never done any of that. I'm talking about this scaled up game where there's now multiple people playing one side versus the other side, and then you got some pretty cool deployments on a very large board.
I think there's a lot of fun to be had at smaller points levels in this. I think a 3,000 point game in this format is a new fun way to play 40K that's easily digestible, and it would be very manageable on the data sheets you have to reference.
I definitely want to play again, George, at actually lower points than this.
Exactly.
Just to kind of get a flow.
Yep.
Like even like 500 power level, I think would be like a great scale back as well.
I do too. Especially when if we throw in the Harridan and the Hierophant, and it's super cool to see this Reaver on the board. I've never gotten to play with the Reaver Titan. Another benefit sitting here. That's an awesome thing about being at Battlegrounds on a daily basis is we have access to everything that's within the store, and this Reaver is just so incredible. And they're all standing over these Gothic ruins. It's amazing. But yeah, right now into turn 2, there's a lot of depth to what's going to happen in win and loss, and they did a good job of making an epic struggle while still being easy to think about. And right now I'm trying to take out all of Chris's objectives secured so that I can actually hold these objectives. It was also super fun. The deployment zone is awesome to have that huge defender situation with coming in on both sides. It's just epic. I'm having a good time.
Damn right.
But yeah, we had a couple friends holler out. I think we had Chaos of Jersey said next time he comes down he wants to watch a game, or he can play a game, bro. Either way, Bobby Halls is stoked about APOC and what's going on. It's good to see you, Bobby.
Dude, APOC's an awesome thing, man. It's like I'm enjoying watching the game. It's just, man, it's intimidating.
Yeah, I'm excited to have the content. I really want to get this shit edited up ASAP so we can have a video out there. There's currently only 2 I could find that from Mini Wargaming and Striking Scorpion, which did a great bat rep. It was Tau versus Ultramarines, I believe. Yeah, Tau are crazy in APOC. They have a nutty ability. What they can do is if they choose ready aim as their action, which is just to stand still and shoot, then they're allowed to shoot into combat. So that's their that's their way of showing their nasty Overwatch. And not only can they fall back and shoot because they have fly most of their army, but they can literally just shoot you in your face when you're in combat.
I was listening to some of the podcasts getting ready for, I think, the ETC and stuff, man. Some of these, I was listening to some of the Aussies, man. They were talking about some sauce for Tau at
there's
1K standard stuff.
There's definitely a
just
certain
terrain interactions and stuff. I was like, man, there's stuff I had. I mean, granted, I don't play Tau, but stuff that I'm not even really super aware that is out there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Anything particular you can remember there?
It was, I think, the Forge World. Is it the Breacher suits? Some kind of suits with it's only an 18-inch gun. It's the ones that are -2 to be charged.
Okay, yeah.
And then you throw those in a crater, and they get another -2 to be charged.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And you use those as kind of your forward intercept point, and as harassers, because they're also really good guns. I think each one of them puts out 16, basically heavy bolter-esque shots. They're good harassment.
Nice.
But essentially, you really hole up in a very kind of specific. It's terrain dependent, but them always having a -2, you'll have people with Banner of Blood. For example, it's a three dice charge or whatever. If you get -4 to that charge, you were still rolling below 7 on average, which is not a successful charge.
Yeah. I'm cracking up at the chat there. Shadizo's like, you know what I think about Tau? They can go F themselves. Chaos,
I'm right there with you, Shadizo.
Chaos, why everyone hating on Tau?
Dude, you gotta hit on Tau.
Man,
Tau's the worst.
I've played a lot of Tau for a while, but yeah, they've been.
I remember those dark days.
Yeah, First Army even. Were they my first? Yeah, they were.
I thought Eldar were, but maybe I'm wrong.
I basically got them at the same time, roughly, but I think Tau were the first models I had.
Yeah, you got Tau, and he was in the edition where Eldar matched perfectly with him.
Yeah. What a cheese ball. No, I swear, they were just my favorite. But yeah.
Not only were those his favorites, but his favorites was also a bunch of Riptides and a bunch of Wraith Knights.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm sure those are his favorite.
I mean, they're pretty models. It's hard for me to really disagree that those were not the attractive models.
Exactly. Do you remember, do you remember the time where I had the Wraith Knight, it was all Wraith Army, it was undefeated for like 15 games, and Carson was finally...
It was a lot of games, man.
Carson finally was the one to beat it with Necrons, which was wild. I didn't expect it. But yeah, Necrons were also really busted up in the old Decurion detachment, I believe, back in 7.
For a little while, yeah. They kind of got left behind with creep, but
they almost got a name for themselves as ugly as Tau. Like, people would be like, "Oh, Necrons, dude, I'm not. Go stand over there. I don't like you anymore," because they were cheesy, man. They were real cheesy.
Dude, it was just because they had detachment.
Yeah, it was just that's true. I forgot what that detachment did, but I remember it was nasty.
I know it wasn't 2-up invulns rerollable, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. I mean, hell, back then we had invisibility, right? Yeah. Shadizo played at the start of 4th.
Oh, Shadizo.
4th was a good addition to be a Tyranid player.
You know, speaking of, I just had this, Necrons, yeah, check this out. We just got a Tiro, or Heretic Hornet. He sent us in this sick pic of a battle he had with Tyranids versus Necrons. Super cool game, man. Great looking board. Speaking of which, Tiro and Michael are our latest Patreon supporters that are going to get paid out. And this is actually the day that we're supposed to do it. The sweet thing is that Tiro, he decided to go with some 3D printed stuff. So we're actually going to get him some movement trays and some sweet Tyranid terrain that we found off of Thingiverse. Nice. Super cool. And Mike, I don't know what he's going to get. Big Necron player. I wonder what he's going to end up jumping on.
Dude, he's going to donate to some other kid. No, I'm just playing. I understand. Tau Dark set a standard, bro.
Yeah, not everyone can be as incredible as Tau Dark's generosity, but I know that if I got a free $100 hookup of some gear, I would probably definitely take advantage of that.
Dude, gotta go straight to paint. Straight to paint.
Oh, man.
With this hot summer, man, my paints have been drying up inside the pots.
I got Slanesh models to buy.
No way, Mike. No way. Mike, come on, man. Charlie's a great guy, but I don't know if we need to hook him up again.
Oh, no, different kid.
Charlie.
You gotta get a different kid.
Yeah, man.
Make a Wish doesn't even do the same kid twice.
Mike's gonna be like, no, it has to be Charlie or no one else.
He is an incredible young man, but damn, we can't hook up the same young gentleman.
Now, if Charlie was here, he could fight for a case. Like, yeah, I need it.
Charlie, this is one episode.
I need the War Boss on a trike, man.
He's been on every other episode ever since he got hooked up. Oh, he's not going to be outdone. Damn, dog. Oh man, we'll talk about it, Mike. You just quiet yourself. You're drunk, bro. Robert, how is it going? It's good to have you, man. Thanks for joining us. The live talk show we see every do. I don't know if I caught you before on here, Robert. We do this every Thursday at 9. Holler where you're from. Be cool to hear from you.
I like Mike's idea. Have 2 kids fight for it.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah. Bring it death style.
Nice. Oh, we got Robert's a first-time listener. Very cool. We'd love to, I'm always curious how people get tuned into the channel, find out about us in the first place, and end up on the Thursday night talk show. Because this is one of our lesser watched things, just us, me, James, and Chris hanging out and shooting the shit about all things kind of tabletop wargaming. We talk a lot about it. Yeah, we're talking about APOC right now. We are currently in the midst of a live stream. We're about to go part 2 with the Tyranids versus Chaos. It is nuts. So that's been a big topic of conversation. But yeah, we do tournaments like crazy, and we film a lot of bat reps, particularly Kill Team 40K and Age of Sigmar.
So George, I have to ask you a question about another game system.
All right.
Did you get confirmation on Demons Come to Kill Team?
I did, dude. That's coming to White Dwarf. Yeah, next White Dwarf.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, Demons are coming to Kill Team.
Thank God, man.
I'm excited, man.
Ooh, Nurgling Kill Team Army, here we come.
That is going to be fun. That definitely gives me a resurgence in wanting to play for sure. Oh, dang, Shadizo will fight a kid for a giveaway, and he's 34.
Yeah. Dude, more and more I like Shadizo.
Yeah, no kid, I love Shadizo. Dang, Robert's he's a big time Necron player, and we just showed up in his suggested feed. Thank you, YouTube algorithms.
Nice. Yeah, there's definitely some Necron content on the stream.
Yeah.
We got to get Mike back on the stream again, actually. He's our winner.
Yeah, if we
he definitely whipped my ass last time I played it.
Mike, we're going to need you to stream a game where you don't get wrecked, bud. Oh.
Shots fired. Where's the sound effects, George?
Dang. Oh, man, I'm cracking up at all these kid dropping jokes.
Dude, everyone's going to think we just beat up kids for fun.
Oh, my God. God, the comments are killing me right now. I can't even watch. Too funny. Good to have you on the stream live, Andrew. Man, every Thursday. So, yeah, man, this is like episode 64. I didn't even update it, I don't think. We've skipped a few numbers here and there. But we've been cracking.
We're almost there, James. We ain't got to speak it into existence, but we both know what we're counting down for.
You know, yeah. We're almost there, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We are constantly experimenting. We basically are based out of this game store here in Midlothian, Virginia, the greatest game store on earth, called Battlegrounds. And we just recently put up some bolt action content on the show. We like to talk about what we've been doing over the last week. And for the first time, I streamed on Friday people playing bolt action. I think Hagen and his friend that streamed did an excellent job narrating and having the audience in mind. Experimented with some camera angles, and I think it came out really nice. So I was happy to put that up. Still got another one to edit up and throw up. We're probably going to continue to do that. Wednesdays and Friday nights now are kind of open. I'm taking applicants for those that would like to stream on the channel between you and your friends here at Battlegrounds. Just hit up Warp Charge Gaming, admin at warpchargegaming.com. You can get a chance to stream here with you and your buddy. Yeah, because Wednesdays and Friday nights I'm now working the counters at Battlegrounds and helping out. Trying really hard to get Best Coast pairing integrated into the Magic tournament scene, which has been an interesting exploration. Indeed. Oh, dude, I actually have actual pics of the APOC game. If you didn't catch it yet, look at this massive insanity.
Wait, you haven't been I can't see the stream. You haven't shown these yet?
I've just been showing the thumbnails. Yeah, like here's a look at these Titans staring over the apocalyptic building. So amazing. So amazing. It's just wild and crazy. You know what is interesting? Here's me and Chris's, both of our armies here, just straight nutty. Chris, would you agree that you find it, for being Apocalypse, would you say that you think it's less killy than you expected, though? I mean, granted, we're only in turn 2 and about to hit the damage phase, but still, like...
I think we're going to see shocking casualties, like really devastatingly shocking casualties between turns 2 and 4, and then after that, it's going to be basically nothing. That's my prediction. I think that a lot of, specifically for our game, the way that stuff is staggered, it's hard to see stuff just die outright. Another thing I think that is just kind of from like an examination standpoint, turn 1, not a lot died, but like also there's so much stuff blocking us from fully engaging each other.
Yeah.
Like we're not maximizing necessarily our attacks and stuff on each other because we're navigating lanes and stuff like that. Bro.
Because Chicken Bone is the man.
Yeah, he totally just hollered out with an awesome $10, man. Thank you so much, Chicken Bone, for that. Love my man, Chicken Bone. I've seen him many times over the last year plus, and just wanted to holler out and said he loves the dice. Said that everybody loves them and that they're his favorites. I feel ya. I love the Warp Charge dice too. I think they're a little busted. Chicken Bone, we've actually, at Nova Open, because we give our dice out to every person we play at Nova. And just tradition, Adepticon, it's part of the fun of going to a big major and giving something to your people.
Giving away to people just in general.
Oh yeah, you got to give them dice away. But we've had a judge get called over at just somebody we gave dice to's table to say that their dice was busted, and they had to like check the dice. People here at Battlegrounds call them spiky. They'll often hit a bunch of, they'll hit a crazy number of 5s and 6s, but they'll also roll really 1s and 2s.
Yes. Yes.
They tend to I think they like a reroll. Like if they do roll
low. The dice
low,
giveth and the dice taketh away.
Chris has hit a very abnormal amount of 6s with his Leviathan saves.
Joe, literally, game, like the Venom Cannons whiffed against your what is it, your Warhound Titan. Then the small arms weapons roll nothing but 6s to wound and stuff. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, that's good. Good to know.
Man, this is so cool. Chaos of Jersey, he caught us by being around the tattoo convention in Richmond, which Richmond has a plethora of finely artistically painted bodies. a lot of tattooed folks in this area. And that's cool. And he caught the shop, and he doesn't get to work very much. But that's super cool. It's wild to get to meet people from all over the world. I mean, like I said, Tumby from New Zealand is flying in for the second time. I met him last year for the first time, meeting somebody we met online doing our channel. Had a great camaraderie right out the bat, brother from another mother kind of thing. And he came out to America, and he stayed at my house for like a week. And I trained him on Kill Team, took him to his first tournament. And I guess in New Zealand, it's extremely expensive for GW products, and game stores and people that actually play is like a few and far between thing.
It's ridiculously expensive.
It's like times 4
even in Australia, but like New Zealand especially, like they really got the worst of the trade market there.
Yeah. Mike wants some Warp Charge APOC dice. I agree. We did get some orange dice for the stream, but we haven't customized. Cannot wait for the new dice coming up, man. We got to hook some people up. Shidizo, man, or not Shidizo. Shidizo, you too, man. You're awesome. But Chicken Bone, got to get you some dice, man. So bad that I have a 2-minute, 30-second lag on this. That's funny. Yeah, those are the new dice that coming, and I want to get some to our homies there. Big appreciation to you. Give a holler. Yeah, well, there's more and more people saying they're discovering us that live on the East Coast or within a radius that is able to come visit, and I'm super excited about that. When we started Warp Charge, I definitely modeled off of Mini Wargaming. I've always loved their content and the feel that they had, and the fact that people came from all over the world to play them and experience what it's like to be in their awesome complex that they're in. And so that was definitely something I want to see for us one day, to actually all be employed full-time, being content producers. And yeah, I think it's exciting that people that we're in the store here and have accessibility for people to come play. So please do, and just holler out to schedule some games.
Come play, yo. Get on stream. It's not intimidating, really. Like, once you're mic'd up and stuff and rolling dice, you're just playing 40K. Like,
I bet you that our content creation process, now granted our battle reports are like live videos that are 2 to 3 hours long, and not quite as curated as some other channels, but I bet you the experience of filming with us is more natural than many to get the
no, I mean, we basically just stream us as we game, which I feel like a lot more channels are forming kind of a shooting style. Like we have our stylistic choices and whatnot, but like
very stop
the pace is much more natural, I think.
Yeah, and that's mainly though that we're running the camera, in still positions while we go. But yeah, ranting and raving. I'm a little bit delirious. Stayed up way too late studying APOC as usual.
Hilarious.
James.
Hilarious. Yes, sir.
I know your hobbying's you've been making shirts, you've been painting. You painted a portrait. I'm trying to remember what else you might have been up to. Anything particular that I'm forgetting?
Nah, man. Life takes over, bro. Life takes over. I need to get back to the hobby swing. Man, ever since Adepticon, actually before Adepticon, I have not been able to catch up, and it's crazy.
Nice. Bobby's out in the I think the UK area. Robert says, do we ever travel down to Louisiana?
Not in a long time.
I cannot think of a single major
event. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't go back.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like we've talked before of our priority list of tournaments to be a part of that are kind of the most reputable, well-known, and we got LVO, Adepticon Nova, Bay Area Open, ATC. Like that's 5 large events that people come from all over the world to.
Charge Gaming, Coastal Wargaming, Battle in the Warp.
Obviously, I mean, I'm going to be there. That's a sold out event. Yeah, the Warp Charge Gaming Invitational. But no, those big events though, I can't think of any besides ATC, Bay Area Open, LVO, Adepticon and Nova. Is there another major event because we know there's lots of there's like the 100-man, 150, but like those big 350 plus events,
I mean, it would be cool, just for large other events in other states. If I had a weekend off and I had cameras, I wouldn't mind to go up there and shoot shit. But
yeah, oh yeah,
absolutely. It's a rare, strange beast.
Yeah, Yeah, travel is a thing. We are definitely scraping by. So when it comes to traveling, we do it as only when it's the most impactful events that we possibly can, because Lord knows we are making it by the skins of our teeth. Yeah, man. I can't say I'm enjoying talking to the chat, but at this point, I'm running out of thoughts here. Mainly because I want to get back to
APOC. We didn't talk about Chaos Knights yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I almost forgot because I'm hungry for APOC, but
they do come out like this Saturday.
That's fair. Yeah, Chaos Knights. There's obviously a lot of synergy there with all the tools of Chaos.
And the thing is like, there's multiple people that already have Renegade Knights, so it's like they can just dust those off and put them on the table.
Yeah.
But those new models are sick.
Yeah.
Like those reverse kneecaps, man. I don't know, something about them just makes them so sexy.
So are you trying to get some, James? Did you want to get Chaos Knights?
I do want to get some Chaos Knights.
All right. I'm gonna help you get that Chaos.
Maybe like handfuls of them. Handfuls.
Well, thanks to the support of our Patreon. That's stuff that we can do now sometimes, is expand our collections and add to the arsenal for things to create content with. James, we got to get you creating some painting tutorials, dog.
Yeah. That needs to happen.
It'd be great to tutorial the Chaos Knight.
It would be great.
I'm pretty sure that's what Chicken Bone wanted when he hooked us up with $10, man. He wanted you to get a Chaos Knight, and he wanted you to see a start to finish content.
He really wants to see me work on that reverse kneecap.
That's right. See, reverse kneecaps equal to evil.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. When you see that reverse kneecap, you don't think that's a nice thing. I mean, seriously, look at all ostriches and shit. Those aren't nice.
Chicken.
Fair.
But seriously, Chaos Knights are going to be big in the meta. So people with those pylons, you might want to dust those off and put those back on the table.
More pylon, yeah.
More pylon.
Laser destroyers.
Dude, what makes Chaos Knights so nasty is that, like, they don't rely on the Warlord trait to like make them super snazzy. Like, they don't have the survivability, but they have the super killiness. And with, I think it's Infernal House, you bring your knights back up on a 4-up with a stratagem.
Yeah, and there's like the Iconoclast and like Infernoclast or something like that.
No, you have the different houses. It's like Dominus or something, or Dominate. Yeah. Some with a D, and then Infernal. And then you have your different classes of knights. But with these Chaos Knight that is able to come back on a 4-up, you can then make it so that every model it kills on a, what is it, 6-up or a 4-up, it gets a wound back up to 6 wounds.
Yep.
So you get more dice rolls than 6 dice rolls, but up to 6 wounds. And that can happen in their charge phase. So let's say they take down your knight in the shooting phase, you pop it back up, they charge it, you kill. They don't kill you because you get D3 wounds back, or let's say you interrupt because they get into other things, and then you kill some of their dudes and you get wounds back, and then it's your turn, and then you can pile into something or charge something else and get more wounds back. Like, it's gross. And like, just to have that in your list, like paired with Death Hex, paired with the Flawless Lord Discordant that normally gets shot at, but when these crazy knights are double Gatling cannon across the board at you, you might want to shoot at them. Another thing I thought was pretty crazy is I think it's a relic that you take, and which is dope if your tournament allows you to switch relics game by game, because if you can do that, this relic allows you to ignore hit modifiers. So let's say you go against the Eldar Flyer list. I don't care if you're neg 3, I'm still shooting at full ballistic skill.
All of the relics are really big winners for the Knight Codex.
Dude, huge winners.
Does anyone know, are the points the same? That's the biggest curiosity I have.
Points are kind of the same, but the thing about Imperial Knights is your weapon classes are stuck. Like, you can't change out your weapon platform. With Renegade Knights, you can change out anything. Your combat knight can now be your shooting knight.
Yeah.
So with that, you're adjusting points differently. So some of the knights do come out a little bit higher points because you're putting double Gatling cannons on them, or double the rapid fire battle cannons.
Yeah.
I'm actually a fan of that, and I was telling Chris before we got on stream that I was really liking that, just because of the weapon profile matches the dancing feet.
Sure.
So when you're playing a game in a high stakes, like competitive environment, time's a factor. It's just super important. So when I'm playing something, I want to have a lot of the stuff already pre-downloaded in my head, and I'm looking for cues. So it becomes like sudden nature or natural to me.
Yeah, instinct. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to make sure it's easy for me. So the only thing I'm thinking about is really the strategy of like my positions of my piece on the board, kind of like chess. I don't necessarily have to think about what does my model do. So the rapid fire battle cannon offers the same as the feat. So you can literally just throw that at the same kind of target, just shooting at something, moving across the board, shooting at something, moving across the board. So you can like get double worth out of it because it's shooting and gets combat. A lot of people, when they have a shooting knight, they throw it in the backfield because they don't want to lose it. But dude, it's got feet.
Yeah,
Like
there's a lot of attacks.
You're paying for those points. And with Chaos Knights being able to gain an attack by killing stuff, or the house that allows you to always get an extra attack,
Carnage, Vengeance, and I forget what the third one is.
Plus, they can fall back in charge, right?
Well, I think it's you can get caught by things that are not in the
infantry.
What was it? Infantry and swarm.
Yeah, but otherwise, I can't remember if they can fall back in charge or not. I know they can fall back and shoot. Fall back in charge is gross though, because
I think they can over infantry and swarm. I don't have the codex in front of me, so I haven't looked at it yet.
It's definitely no reason not to shoot and fight if you can fall back in charge.
Exactly. I'm really excited about it, man, just because I think I can throw a couple knights in a couple different lists, give me different views. There's a way to set them up where they're moving like 40 inches because they advance in charge stratagem.
Yeah, I heard that you can't give them chaos marks of chaos though, which like so it's like okay if you don't have rules for having a mark of chaos, you should still be able to like
mark them out.
Yeah, you got your Nurgle ones, you got your corn ones.
You could just do that for hobby's sake.
I know. I just wish they would have put a little flavor in there for that.
Yeah, I still want to figure out. I haven't had the codex in my hand again, and I haven't listened to a lot of reviews. Just don't have the time. But I really want to find out if once you make them a character, can they summon? Because anything with chaos can summon if it's a character, and if I can summon from a knight that's in combat, it'll be real nasty.
That'd be fun.
Because I'd be summoning the epitome.
Oh,
then it's there.
Yeah, that's good times. That is good times. But yo, can't warp time either. Yeah, not Heretic Astartes.
Yeah, man, that's why you gotta get tan, bro.
Yeah, that's fair. But we're gonna jump back into this APOC game, man.
Dude, you guys are all excited about your APOC game. I'm over here. I want my hour, man.
We're 47 minutes. I'm delirious. I'm honestly, I'm delirious. That is the word. I guess we could have you just keep talking, James.
Screw it. You guys can stream your game. Everyone hop over to Twitch. Watch the rest of that game.
Part
Love you,
2.
James. Bye.
We got a lot of damage to do. Chris is in the car, for Christ's sakes.
Whatever, bro. He can stay in this hobo car. I told him.
Oh man, no, I don't think they're considered
I'm literally just waiting for a cop to knock on his window and tell him to stop jacking off.
Oh my gosh.
I hope he doesn't tell me to stop.
Well, yo, we got to give a holler to
you tell them if they use that body cam footage on Pornhub, they got to pay you that money.
Oh,
that's true. You got to get your royalties.
Episode 69 coming up soon. Big thanks to Shadizo, Big Cleat, and Andrew. That was cool to have you, buddy. Bobby Halls, Chaos of Jersey. Cool to hear from you and to find out how you ran into us through the tattoo convention. Super cool. Chicken Bone, man, great to see you. Thank you so much. And we had Mike, of course, the latest and greatest Patreon payout friend who's trying to top and beat up. And we had that fun conversation about beating up children. That was a good time. Robert, thanks for joining us for the first time there. I'm glad that YouTube suggested it. Nice algorithms there. Thank you, YouTube. And I think that pretty much covers it. Sorry if I missed you. Thank you, everybody. We're going to jump back into the APOC game. You guys keep taking fun seriously. We'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.